Hello and welcome to the GameBrew Podcast, and I'm Ian Richard.
And I'm Ian Richard.
And I'm Ian Richard.
And I'm Ian Richard.
But I'm Ian Richard.
I thought that would be funny if we all said Ian Richard.
And
I'm Alex Ryder.
Ian Richard. No, I had to do mine. Give me mine. Okay, now you can say your name. Go ahead, Alex. You have permission.
That's right. We have the whole crew here.
Right. All 6 Ian Richards we can find. Gathered them up.
Just a whole bunch of Ian Richards.
Oh, I'm dying.
Which is abnormal.
Okay, Alex, say your name.
It's the only appropriate time to add an S to the end of Ian's last name is when there are many of them.
When there's all 6 of us. Oh, God, that hurt. That laugh hurt me. Oh.
Okay.
So what are we drinking this week?
All right. So
I'm drinking an Ian Richard, I think, is what.
actually introduce yourselves, you wonderful, beautiful people.
I'm Alex Ryder.
I'm Christopher Wrights.
I'm Dan Effin Rotz.
I am William Gentle Giant Shell.
Oh.
And I'm Allison Van Devender, or Van Devander, as Ian announced me for the first little
And Dan
bit.
says too.
And I love.
I mean, only for 40 to 50 to 60 to 70
I was going to say, about
episodes.
like 37% of the episodes, I think.
So that's right. We do have the whole crew here, which is abnormal because this is going to be a little bit different because this is the last episode of this podcast as you know it. Never fear. We are always with you in your heart and brain. Every time you hear an air horn now or hear the phrase, "Good night, everybody," I'm sure that you'll think of us. But this episode, we're just going to kind of talk about the podcast and what it's meant to all of us and our favorite moments and our least favorite moments and how we are doing. So basically, we're going to ramble. If you're down for that, stick around. Hope you enjoy it because fuck it, we're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
Ian, I can't see what's after that on the script. I don't see anything.
I can't. I'm scrolling and there's nothing new coming
It's
up.
just blank. I see the fuchsia square.
I was going to say there's a giant
drinking?
fuchsia square there. So
I think we're supposed to say what we're drinking.
I think we're just drinking whatever we feel like.
I think we're drinking whatever we feel like. What are you drinking though? Like what's?
I have Bacardi Gold.
Hardy Gold.
Bacardi Gold.
Oh, Bacardi Gold.
Because I don't have beer.
Also, Hardy
It
Gold.
is Hardy Gold.
You're
I'm
joining
pouring it
me
into a
in the
glass.
liquor. Yay.
Yeah, I thought about drinking it from the bottle, but I was like, I'm not in college anymore. What the hell am I doing?
So you're just drinking Bacardi straight out of a glass.
Yeah, you're not in college.
No
or,
ice.
Or
Yeah.
1920s.
You're just raw
vagrant.
dogging it.
Yeah.
yeah, Chris, like he mentioned, way more classy than drinking it straight out of the bottle.
Oh boy.
I've actually got something kind of cool. It's a honey graham porter made with by Heavy Seas in collaboration with Taharka Brothers Ice Cream, which is both local companies in Baltimore.
Nice. Look at that.
That is really cool. Oh, I like the can too.
What's a
what does
fun
it taste
can?
like, Chris?
Yeah, I like your cans, Chris.
Those are very nice cans.
Thank you. It's got a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of that Grammy flavor, but it's not like overpowering. It's an okay porter. It's not my favorite of theirs, but I mean, it's slightly different, and I like that, I guess.
Got it. Is anybody else drinking something that they want to talk about?
Well, I'm drinking Dirt Wolf. Victory. Pennsylvania Brews.
Your sentence structure has just been just cut down to just individual words pasted
That's it.
together.
That's all it is. It's good. Wolf on can. Bottle.
A Dirt Wolf?
Very good.
Dirt Wolf. I mean,
Wolf.
this is a really delicious double IPA. It's like, it tastes like the ground, but it's nice.
That's
very
the dirt,
earthy.
Yeah.
I think.
There you
part
go.
of it.
It also gets drunk.
Yeah, Dan's just not been the same since he fell down the stairs that day. Righteous, what do you got?
So this is probably one of my favorite cans that I've found in a while, and it's audio related from Star Hill Brewery. It's the Sonic Haze Hazy IPA, and it has really cool speakers.
I'm not gonna lie.
All
I
over.
thought those were
Yeah,
Pokeballs.
Sweet.
100%.
They do look like Pokeballs.
We're brain linked, Ian.
yes, same.
Allison?
Rum and Coke, because I thought it was appropriate to end on my favorite drink.
What kind of rum?
Brilliant. I like that.
You're not drinking tea like we made you drink for all those podcasts?
No, I want to get shit-faced. It's Friday. I have had a week. I'm getting drunk.
To quote Rebecca Black, you've got to get down on
That's the
Friday.
mood. I'm drinking Landshark because it's what was in my fridge, which I feel like if it's not the right thing, it's at least the thing that I tended to do for a little while. Just drink whatever was in my fridge.
It's in there.
Yep.
It's fine.
This
It's beer. It works.
What I like about this beer is I have it.
That's like half the battle.
Okay, so just
I mean,
go ahead.
no, go. go.
So
you go.
No, you hang up. So one word answer. Like I'm just curious. Like favorite drink from the past 4 years.
But it has to be one word.
Unless it's a 2-word drink.
So mine was well, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's the one that probably stuck out the most for me. That kind of like changed my opinions on stuff was Dragon's Milk.
Oh, good one.
That was an early
Wasn't a big
episode.
fan of dark beers or beers done with finished in whiskey barrels. And that changed my opinion.
Mine was Chimay. They're really uncommon, and it was unique because they were really hard to find, and it's not a flavor you get particularly often. I liked it.
I think I'm still a fan of any of the Midas. I know it was the first one we did, but Midas Touch, like because you can't get that.
Wait, was that
anymore.
episode
And
1?
it was so delicious.
No, you can. They stopped making it for this year. I actually got some
right.
earlier this year and had it. But I think I don't think it's like the end of it. I don't think.
I hope not.
I would say, the Nitro Merlin was really good.
Oh,
Oh, that
was that the one
really
that you had
good.
to tip upside down or whatever or something? Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, with the widget?
Yep, with the widget, exactly.
That was cool.
It was a Fireside Walker, pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, that was
Firestone
good.
Walker.
Firestone.
And the clown shoes, all the clown shoes beers.
Conscious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
What did we end up drinking the most, do you think? Aside from random crap that we had in our fridges because we couldn't find the beer.
Bud Light Platinum.
Also, that lasted all
Probably
25 episodes.
number
of us.
9.
Or some flavor of Guinness.
Or like a Bud Light? No.
We had the champagne of beers. We
Yeah,
drank.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Oh,
That's
that's
probably
right.
it.
We did
because
that for
fit.
That's
New
for New
Year's.
Year's.
That fit,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
But also Oktoberfest because. Yeah.
Alex, do you have a favorite?
Oh, that's
I
right.
probably drank the most Oktoberfest.
I can tell you what my least favorite was.
Oh, I know what your
Go
least
ahead.
favorite is. I think I got a picture of your face on your least favorite. Which one?
Anything pumpkin.
Yeah.
I got like the best. Alex is so upset about drinking this face picture once that I posted on the Discord.
I almost spit it out all over my keyboard.
Oh
That would
my
have been a sad day. It was
That's
really
Well, I mean,
bad.
it wouldn't be.
That would be you.
Remember to.
Yeah, you got to spill your
Remember
drink.
to spill.
Yeah.
Remember to spill your beer.
I will.
Just in
I
case.
will.
Oh yeah, it's your turn to
It's
do that
tradition.
since you haven't been on for a while. So.
My favorite was the Dratini that I did. This one. It's so pretty. I didn't do it in a fancy glass like that. I wish I had.
Yeah, all of our I know all of our listeners are going to really enjoy watching that.
Yeah,
picture.
I know they will.
It's a really good picture.
Listening to that picture.
It was
good.
really delicious, but mostly it was fun that it was like themed. And I think I'm going to do more of those later, but
That's me in a nutshell. A little delicious, but mostly fun.
What was the tall, the French like fruit beer that we had?
Are you talking about?
I know what he's talking about.
Oh, was it the Trappist ale that we did with the Long Lost Heroes?
Most of the
Early
words
on.
in that description sound like a misconnections ad.
the framboise lambic?
Yes,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's like barely a beer, but it
It's
is
one
so
that literally
good.
It's
tastes
really
like rose
tasty,
petals.
and I think I got really drunk on that episode.
This is to the tall French fruity one out there. You know who I'm talking about. You and me, we were at the grocery store. I walked by. Your label caught my eye.
perfect.
We shared a moment.
We shared a
Damn,
mo.
you're only 2.5%. Sign me up.
Cheap and delicious. That's what it's about, right?
Super good.
So what do we talk about now? We don't have
those.
segues. What is life?
Well, I mean,
What are we
normally,
playing?
I mean, normally we would talk about video games that we've been playing.
But let's talk about what everyone's been doing.
Yeah, I actually, regardless of the video
I actually
game,
want to talk about what Will and Alex have been doing first, since they've been kind of away the longest.
Sure. Who wants to go? Go ahead, Alex.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. Scissors
Alex
or
is winning
shoot?
because Will isn't playing.
Rock,
It's
paper,
1, 2,
scissors,
3, shoot.
So it's
Okay,
shoot.
okay, here we
I
go.
never did that
Chris
growing up.
Chris
I
will
think.
do the thing. Chris is
All
going to do
right,
the thing.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, we're good. So that was it.
They both just held their fists up. They both got rock. Let's do it
It's
again.
already
Going
good.
great.
They didn't even move it, but that's fine. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Guys, this is
paper,
going really well. I know
scissors,
it's an audio medium, but they're throwing the same thing, kind of, but like not in rhythm. It's
Will
great.
is throwing it like after me.
On mine, it's the same side, or it's the same.
Right, right. There's
Will
no
goes
deal
first.
delay. It's fine.
Okay, so
Will
I'm going
goes
first. Okay.
That worked
Man,
great.
I've just been being a dad.
Disaster of an episode.
I can't
Dad
wait to edit
things.
this.
Yeah, I've been doing the dad thing. George Lucas is 8 months old as of 2 days ago. Little George Lucas shell,
It's adorable.
GLS, and that's been super fun. You know, I look forward to actually like getting up in the morning and spending time with him. Like I want to get home as quick as I can and spend time with him. It's changed the way I played video games, and instead of having just kind of like analysis paralysis where I have Game Pass and like a backlog of games and so much, because my time's so limited to sit down and play games, I have been like, we'll give him a bath, get him to bed, and I picked up the Switch quite a bit because I can just play it laying in bed. But I'll pick a game and like that's just it, and I get about an hour a day on days I'm able to play, and which is not nearly what I'd like to have, but I find that it's really fulfilling. And when I sit down to play, it's really meaningful, and I've really enjoyed that. I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3 on Switch lately, actually. And that's been fun. And I actually picked up Monster Hunter World. Like I've had it, but I installed it and actually started playing it. And I see
What
the appeal.
platform are you playing on?
I just threw it on the PS4.
Okay.
And I really like it. I'm thinking I'm not that far into it. I'm thinking I'll probably switch to PC for like the online play stuff though, because I don't feel like I'm not paying for Plus right now, and I don't really want to add another subscription.
Hit me up if you want to play.
Yeah,
on PC,
for sure.
'cause I would love that.
But no, that's kind of what I've been doing, and just doing the dad thing, and it's super rewarding. It's definitely taken away from my ability to keep abreast of the latest video game knowledge and news and the latest indie games out there. But
You got dad stuff to do, man. That's
I got
good.
dad stuff to do.
It's
I
so
got
weird 'cause you were
leftovers to
always
eat.
the,
If you don't finish your plate,
You were always the
know?
gaming news source.
I know.
I feel like.
Yeah, you knew
No,
everything.
and like I'll lay in bed and
Your
like
source
scroll
for
through
gaming
news and whatnot,
news.
but I'm not nearly as informed as what I once was. But that's just what I've been doing. That's my nightly thing. I'll play games for like an hour and go to bed.
I have been very, very busy with work, but to spend more time with Amber and to still try and get back into video games, I got a Switch.
Yay!
And yay!
Switch is the answer
And-
to all.
Don't have time.
And
You got a baby? Play
I
Switch.
have 2 games. I don't have a baby, but I
have puppy babies.
I have puppy babies. So I have 2 games. I have Smash, and I have Breath of the Wild.
I recall you
And the
borrowing
only
Smash,
game that
sir.
I've actually played is Breath of the Wild. And
It's big.
it has just sucked me in, and I'm well over 100 hours, and I'm only at like
wow.
I'm at like 28% completion right now.
Yeah.
So
I think I saw you on one time whenever I was playing Switch, and because Hannah has been playing Animal Crossing a bunch. I've been trying to finish some stuff on the Switch too, and I was like, "Oh, look, Alex is on. Looks like he's playing." Oh my god, that's so many hours of Breath of the Wild.
I recall
it's so good though.
I recall you borrowing some games too. You haven't touched those?
No, because I'm trying to get at least all of the temples I have 100.
You're a brave man.
105.
Yeah, honestly.
That's going to be a lot.
I have 105 temples, so I only have 15 left.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god.
And then
Do you have the Master Sword yet?
yeah, I have the Master Sword and I have the shield,
The Hylian shield.
and the Hylian shield. My new favorite thing is I sold all of my monster parts to get the dark suit from what's his name?
Monster Park Fire dude.
Yeah,
Monster Park
in
guy.
the cool hot air balloon.
Yeah.
Sweet hot air balloon, yeah.
But
Bro,
whenever it's
sick hot air
dark,
balloon.
you can put on the dark suit and you run like twice as fast.
That's awesome.
Which is awesome. So you can, because I don't like the horse. I don't like riding the horses.
Yeah,
That
I
mechanic
didn't either.
is so. It feels so broken to me because the camera
like-
does all this crazy stuff when you're on the horse and I can't control it. And
I pretty much only traversed by running around, climbing mountains, and then jumping off them.
that's what I do. It's a, as Ian says, it's a climbing simulator.
That's right.
I would like to pause for just a second to acknowledge that Will is breaking one of the rules of the podcast. He is eating food.
It's not right if you're not eating it without a spoon, Will.
So he was actually
Guys.
lagging, and he was like, "Oh, I know what the issue is. 1 second.
I'm hungry.
Came back with pizza.
I did come back with
I need
pizza.
food. That's what the problem is."
Energy. I'm not
What's-
fast enough.
What's funny is we have no rules for this episode, so it's totally
It's
allowed.
true, so it's fine. I mean,
So we
it's
can talk
okay.
about
I'd be
Dark
upset if
Souls.
you
We can
didn't.
talk about Warhammer Total.
We can.
So just one more thing about Breath of the Wild, and then we can move
Also,
on.
Breath of the Wild.
So I went.
Let's do
It's
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it's
I
like
know,
it's
we're
like it's
breaking all rules.
2017 again.
I went camping a couple weeks ago, and I had the strongest urge to pick up every single rock to see if I could get a Koroks.
I thought you were going to say you had the strongest urge to pick up random fruits and veggies that you found on the ground.
toss them in a pot so they can
Put in a
bounce
pot,
around.
just and then it poisons you and you die because it's the real world.
Yeah.
I am, well, I mean, you know, the usual things. I'm
Fortnite.
I'm this close to ranking champ for Rocket League.
That's close
I'm
fingers.
literally
Nice.
like a rank
Yeah,
away.
very close fingers is what he's doing.
So now that like I'm there, I'm like, I could just. I just need to like
Focus,
put some good
you know.
practice time in, win like 3 or 4 games in a row, and I will be champ rank.
And then
you can
I
quit?
can put Rocket League away.
You know,
and then then you're done. Then it's like I'm out. I'm going out on top. No
That's
more
it.
Rocket
you know,
League.
Ian. There's a team at the university that does like actually plays, and I wonder
And
if you
you're
could
a
play
student.
for it because you're a student. Because I wanted to play
Oh.
for the league team, but I can't because I'm not a student.
Because you're not a
She's an
student.
employee. She's not a student.
And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I wonder if they have a Rocket League team, and I wonder if you could
Of course they
play
do.
because I would love to come watch your
Or-
games.
Oh,
You
they're
could
probably
start it.
they're probably so much better than me. Though.
Probably
No,
not, dude.
you're so
Almost
good.
in champ status. You're
Everyone who hasn't seen Ian play Rocket League, he's so good.
He's very
Oh my
good.
gosh!
Anyone
Shut
who's
up.
played with Ian knows that here's a game. Let me paint a sound picture of you of what it's like to play Rocket League with Ian. Hey man, you want to play Rocket League?
a sound poem.
Yeah, and then you log in. Good goal, Ian. Oh man, good goal, Ian. And then after about 3 minutes, Ian's like, "Oh man, we won! Good job, man. That was really good." And I'm like, "Yes, you were really good, Ian."
I sat in a corner spinning because I don't even remember the controls, but you did great. Thanks for carrying me. Yeah, that's about how
Sorry
it
about
goes.
your back.
Allison's in the corner and flipped up on her head, like upside down.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Doing
just
my
been Rocket
best.
League.
Let's see. Oh, other than that, I've been playing a lot of Book of Travels, which was like the tiny MMO that came out a couple of weeks ago. It's very much like it's very much like Alex kind of described, like a turning rocks over simulator. You kind of just like collect junk and then trade it for better stuff, and then trade that stuff for better stuff.
So it's just like life.
Yeah, it is very like it's weird to say this, but it's maybe the best way to describe it would be a slice of life MMO. But like you can do stuff. So like I bought some bread, some Cinnabar sweet bites, and they told me that some guy wanted them at night over at this other part of the woods. So I bought them, and then I walked to that part of the woods, and it took me like 10 minutes to walk over there. And on the way, I picked some daisies and shot off a couple fireworks and to talk to a ghost, and then gave the guy his bites. And he gave me some lute strings. So then I took those back over to the baker and bought myself some bites. And that is like a play session of Book of Travels.
You know, if it wouldn't be an evening for me if I didn't talk to a ghost on one of my walks, you know?
Yeah? Are you poltergeist, Dan?
I'm not a poltergeist, but he might be.
I guess you're medium, Dan.
I'm a medium Dan.
Not large Dan.
Yeah, neither large nor small.
If I keep drinking beers, I'm going to be a large Dan, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I've been up to. What have you been up to, Dan?
I've been trying to do games that make me less stressed out because I've been kind of stressed out
Dark
recently. Yeah, Dark Souls.
Honestly,
actually, no. I actually showed Hannah the other day. I booted back up Death Stranding. Because I kind of wanted to just kind of chill out. Hannah was just kind of playing Animal Crossing on her Switch on the couch, and I was just like, yeah, basically, I was like, okay, Hannah, here's this game where you just deliver stuff because it's a post-apocalyptic future where no one's really goes outside anymore because rain makes you old. So that's the plot.
It's literally like I love like you could just take all of the proper nouns out of that game description and like roll dice for them and replace them and be like, yeah, I can make a game out of that. That's good.
All right, it looks like rain makes you horny. Nah, we can't do that. Old. That one's
That's
okay.
a very different kind of game.
But yeah, I've been playing Death Stranding. Like I'm getting to the point where I have actual weapons and stuff now.
Not just packages.
So before I just had packages
and a baby.
But I don't know. It's very chill. Even like the music whenever you're playing, like there's the music player that you can have whenever you're doing it. All the music that Hideo Kojima picked is just so freaking chill that you're just walking across landscapes, listening to soundscapes, peeing every once in a while, rocking the baby.
That's a thing in that game.
Yeah.
And then
Does the baby really
Is that
add
what it's
anything
like
in that game?
to be a new dad? Dan, Will, can you confirm?
Say that again. I didn't hear the first part.
Was Dan's description accurate to being a new dad? Is that what you're experiencing?
Oh, basically, yeah. There's just piss and shit everywhere.
except without like murderous, like ghost-like creatures everywhere.
We don't know his life. It could be just like that.
And sometimes it's kind of like he smiles like 90% at least of the time. Oh. But there's like 10% of the time where he's just like, I'm fucking possessed. And yeah, it can be intense. It can be like Demon Souls.
Does the baby in Death Stranding add anything, or is it less fulfilling than Will's baby?
Well, I mean, yes, because it's not a real baby. It's a video game baby. But yes, because it's like story things, but also it tells you whenever there's whenever the BTs are around. Beached things is what that stands for. It's a Hideo Kojima game. There's terms for everything that you don't really understand, but
we all just
they're
accept
what they're
it because
called.
It's
yeah, you're just
Kojima.
like, it's Hideo Kojima. It's weird. The very first thing that happens in the game is this cinematic for his development company, and it's just like, you're just like, I don't understand what any of this is, but it's great and I love it. I'm telling you, whenever I first talked about this game, I talked about Hideo Kojima, how I follow his Instagram, and it is just wild.
He's the weirdest dude. I love him.
But it's because it's literally, he uses Instagram for what people should use Instagram for, which is where it's just pictures of stuff that he likes. where he's just like, sometimes it's just like, this can is really cool. Or he'll be like, I really like this movie. Here's a poster.
It's not like a promotional tool for him.
Yeah, no, it's just like, this movie's really good. Here's a great one. I could pull it. I don't know. Oh, my phone is on this. I was like, I don't know where my phone is. It's on this thing.
Chris, what have you been playing?
So still kind of grinding away at New World. It's I had to take a little bit of a break from it because it's a grind.
So I've heard some really bad things recently by my friends who've played, and I'm so curious. That's why I had to ask.
Yeah, so recently there's been issues with one of the weapons being basically having a glitch that makes it so they do a shitload of damage. Also, two of the weapons do like no damage because their buff stacks don't work. So
great.
That's not great. There's been issues with people duplicating money because a lot of it's client side instead of server side, I guess.
Server
money.
side? Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of item duplication.
There were people that were able to like
gold dupes.
Basically, they got banned and then were able to bring themselves make them unbanned. It's like so.
Sounds like they have no control.
So the bones.
It's a wild
there's
west
like
over
some
there.
really good bones there, but also there's just chaos.
Do you think that's because they were like, they have more money, like Amazon is a company, right?
Yeah.
Has more money than they know what to do with, and
absolutely.
they made a game, but they don't know how to make a game.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening? Because that's
100%.
what it feels like from the
100%.
outside. Okay.
And like I said, there are great ideas in there, but like there's a lot of silly stuff going on. And actually, it's been kind of interesting on my server. So the faction that I'm in took over the majority of the spots we could take over. And then some other guilds from another server came in and joined a different faction, so they've been taking stuff. And they were taking stuff while there was bugs on the weapons. So people were kind of salty about that, and it's just it's a lot. So I've not been getting into the politics of things, but it's.
But see, that's the thing. Like, do I think on the outside, like when I heard about New World and the concept and all of these things, I was really excited about it. I really was, because I think it's fascinating. Because you're right, like the politics of it, and there's like, I love what Commander Nick Fury in our Discord said he was doing with like his Viva la Revolution kind of like group he's making
down with the bourgeoisie
to like bring down these big groups that are just like
because
monopolizing.
You can like do missions that like weaken factions in certain areas and stuff. And that's cool. But
I love that. But
it's one of those games that probably shouldn't have been released this early.
Sure,
but also probably
I
needed to get
agree.
released to find out all the things that they didn't know were wrong.
Yeah, because I don't think they right. I think as a company, just them being so new to this, I don't think they would have figured this out no matter how long they had.
No,
right?
I don't think so.
So this was a trial by error, unfortunately. And
Trial by error.
What I'm worried about is how fast they can fix it, because they're going to lose people very quickly.
Yeah.
So if they can fix it quickly, address this, and announce very publicly and have everybody back on board, I do think people will come back. Because even my friends, I don't know your opinion, but my friends who are very into this game and then dropped when all of those problems started happening, because the game is really about the market. And once the market is being manipulated in such a way, it's not fun any longer.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Right.
So they've ditched it, but they said they'll go back if it gets fixed. But I think they'll completely lose interest if it's not fixed within a couple weeks.
They could always do what Final Fantasy did, just have a giant dragon destroy everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things that like
New World Reborn.
a new world.
New world.
I mean, we've seen this before with Final Fantasy 14 did it. I'm pretty sure Elder Scrolls did it too with like Tamriel Unlimited and that kind of thing, and like relaunched it. Did. So I don't know. I mean,
like
I'm still trying.
People...
I'm going on like once a day to grind out my my rested experience.
Yeah,
and like maybe get a level so I can just keep kind of progressing. But that's kind of all I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's kind of like. I've seen people like jokingly, even before all this really happened, calling this like how are you guys enjoying the extended beta for New World? And I do feel like this is really their stress test, unfortunately. And if they would have just said that, maybe people would be more understanding. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's Amazon. They can't say that.
No, they can't say that. You're right. The investors would never let them say this, but I think they needed to give
Bezos
a little
wouldn't let it
more
happen.
honesty. It's true.
Who has
I don't
time
know.
for
We'll see what
honesty?
happens.
He's too busy going to space. He
But
doesn't-
yeah, other things. Been DMing some more. I think we've done 8 or 9 weeks.
That's new for you, isn't it?
Relatively, yeah. So I started it, I think, in like August or September. Done about 8 or 9 sessions. My parties are level 3, and they just came across their first roper, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
They're level 3 at 9 sessions. Are you doing XP based, or are you doing? Okay,
They're going to be level 4 soon. Is that too fast or too slow?
It's honestly, in my opinion, a little slow for the first few levels. It depends on how you do it, but yeah, everyone does it their own way. It's fine. You do whatever.
It sounds like Dan
Doesn't matter.
has strong feelings about this.
No.
He's doing his very
Dan-
best
No,
to
but-
suppress.
Dan's DM
Tell
is
us how you
triggered.
really feel, Dan.
It's hard as someone who's like I have played in a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and I'm like, I know I've been DMing for too long. Whenever I'm like, oh, well, you could do this. And he's like, well, I'm going to do it this way. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you do whatever. I'm sorry. You do whatever. I don't care.
It's
I
honestly
mean,
going to
this-
probably happen on the next session. So
I mean this in the kindest way, but Dan just became a DM Karen. That's what just happened.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm super jealous of that. That's awesome. I've been trying to like get a crew going together, and I will tell you that so far the most difficult monster to slay in Dungeons and Dragons is the calendar.
You know what makes it a lot easier?
Is weekends
Doing it
not
online.
good? Oh no! Is weekends not good?
Do it
Well,
online.
we'll talk.
Do it
We'll talk
Okay.
later.
online.
Allison. Yeah.
Seriously, doing it online
Well,
makes it
it's-
so much easier.
No, it
Yeah.
does, but also even online. I mean, I did my campaign for like 5 years, and it was Thursday, and that was the only day that it worked. And like, if it didn't work, like if someone couldn't do it, then it was just like it's done for like 2 weeks until we can get like everybody back into the thing. So yeah, the calendar scheduling as an adult, scheduling things is hard.
Yeah.
You got to
in
basically just say
general.
on Thursday nights we play D&D.
That's it. That's it. But it's tough because like the earliest I could start on a Thursday would be 9.
Like 8. Yeah.
Okay, then on
or
Wednesday
9
nights you do D&D.
Right. So it's like, well then, right. But anyway, it's like this cascading series of like, well then.
Well, I can't do
but-
it then because of this. In a perfect world, Saturday afternoon, like
No.
12 o'clock.
Saturday afternoon
you do
is
it
the
for like
worst.
Yes.
6 o'clock for like 6
That would
hours.
work.
You do a whole session.
No, because then you can't do anything on your weekends. You has to be during the week.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how I
To make
feel
it
about
consistent,
it too.
it has to be during the week.
definitely.
I just want to make it an event because I want to do like a real D&D session, which is like 6 hours.
No, I
you
totally
know?
get it. Like with our group, we usually schedule one like every couple months. We do an in-person session and we kind of go all out and like make like fancy foods. Like Grant will make he calls them baby dragon wings and stuff like that. They're like chicken wings, but like yeah, like we'll all kind of bring shit. Sometimes we'll dress up. It doesn't matter. It's fun. It's a whole thing.
That's awesome.
It's great.
That's awesome.
Allison, I think you're the only one who hasn't told us what you've been doing.
Oh, it's okay. I'll skip me. Nothing important.
What? No,
Shut up and
stop
tell us
it.
what you've been
Come
doing.
on.
What's wrong with you?
I haven't really
Your
been
life.
playing.
Tell us about your life.
My life is stressful. I haven't been playing.
What?
Yeah.
What's making your life stressful?
That is more than I am willing to release on a
Never
podcast.
mind.
Work stuff, probably.
No,
You just would.
It's not just work stuff. It's really
Life stuff.
So
All right, there we go.
there we go. I still stream once a week. That's it. That's it, guys. I stream once a week. I play ranked maybe once a day to try to
So you
climb
do play
before the
stuff.
season ends in League of Legends. And then I play maybe an hour of Wind Down in Elion, but I really don't have anything to say about Elion. I don't understand it. I like it because it's pretty. It's so pretty.
I like it too.
This is that MMO.
Yeah,
it's so
it's-
pretty.
it's good.
It's so pretty.
It's pretty?
I still think that the casting the fight of every character is beautiful and better than I've seen in every game. The
very satisfying.
customization
Wow.
is gorgeous
Big words.
on these characters. I am thrilled with what I can do. There aren't many characters to pick from. There's only 4 different types. Gorgeous though. So much customization. I don't look like the person next to me ever, although we may have the same outfit on.
What is this called?
Elion.
Elion.
It's free to
Yeah,
play.
it's the one that we.
Elyon.
Yeah, it's the one we talked about because you were talking about World of Warcraft, and we were like, no, play this instead. It's free.
Yeah, it's a good one to try.
Yeah. Okay.
1 to 35 is real easy. You
Yeah.
pretty much solo everything. At 40, you finally get to party and dungeons. So I'm not even quite there yet.
Oh wow.
I've been playing with Carrie and Fee though, so we've been playing together and just kind of like doing quests. I don't understand a lot about the game. There are like these really cool rare spawns in the world that drop nothing.
That's
I mean, yeah.
That's
pride.
that's disappointing.
It's so
I have a question.
disappointing.
Are they all trolls? Is that what they are?
I wish. Like, they'll pop and they have this special name and, like, it's unique and it wasn't here before and I'm so excited and we do it and it's a hard fight and it feels good. And then we beat
Yeah.
it and nothing happens. Like,
You get experience.
we get experience.
You got the experience.
And no drops. And I'm like, why the fuck is
Weird.
this here? Anyway,
weird.
No, it's.
there's lots about the
the
game
experience.
that's very confusing. There's lots about the game that's really great. I'm just trying to understand some things about it and I'll like it better. I want to get to 40 to do actual dungeons. Everything's been solo dungeons, which are a thing in the game where you solo things by yourself in a dungeon, which is fine, but like I want a community experience. That's why I play MMOs.
I think there are a couple below 40 dungeons for multiples. if
Not
I'm
dungeons.
mistaken.
You can do the dragon areas. It's like a quest,
okay.
kind of.
Yeah, those like Dragon's Horde places.
But dungeons are solo until 40. It's so weird. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I've been doing. I just don't feel like I have much to talk about with it other than that. So
Have you been? Gotcha. Should we all send mental hugs to you?
yeah, I'll get a real hug from Ian in person. I'll just go.
Yeah, I
hug
was
him.
gonna say, he can give you physical hugs.
Thank you. Huggies.
Hugs.
Okay, let's.
Leave room for Jesus.
What do we talk about now?
Save for
Well, I mean, I don't like know really, but should we talk about the like next? The
Oh, you talking about this elephant over here?
Yeah, it's just the one that's.
That's Wilbur, right?
The one in the
His
corner.
name is
the elephant?
Ted. No, his name is Ted. I don't know who Wilbur
Oh,
is. Mine's
okay.
name is Ted.
Mine's Wilbur. He's over there hanging out.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, I guess the big
Nobody
thing
puts
to
Ellie in the
discuss-
corner.
I guess the big thing to discuss is like
Iffy.
Effie the elephant. That's the tuber.
elephant,
Effie.
Yeah.
So the podcast is going to be changing.
Surprise.
Long story short.
Long story short,
What? What?
Too late.
I don't know if the people who
Oh, sorry, Will. You haven't been here for a while.
let's quiet down so we can have story time.
Sorry.
I don't know if the
sorry.
people who aren't going to be on really want to say much, but me, Chris, and Dan are going to continue things in a different format. The
Kristen and I.
biggest reason,
I didn't want to say it.
sorry,
Okay, what's wrong with you?
this is why I'm not the host.
Well, I'm consistently antagonistic. We know this.
Allison has just decided she's not doing it anymore.
There it is.
Time for the Dan and Chris show. Time for the Dan and Chris show.
We're gonna do some Twitch things. We've decided we're gonna stream the podcast live on Twitch. We're not gonna edit. Honestly, it takes a lot. You guys do so much with editing. Allison doesn't, by the way. I do.
She doesn't do
I
anything.
did our social media. I took a hard
did.
break. You guys will notice there hasn't been anything posted.
Yeah, there's like a hard stop at some point. It's just like there's a post and then nothing.
Yeah, there really
for-
is. There really is.
It's okay though. It's all right.
It had to do
Mental
with
break.
like mental health. I'm not ashamed to say that. Mental health and like just getting through
good.
lately. I had to take a break from that. So I think we're all kind of in different places where we need those breaks. And so in order to continue, because a lot of us really enjoy the time we get to spend with all of you who are listening, and want to continue that in a way that's feasible for us. We've decided that Twitch streaming is a way that we can do it on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern, at least for now. We might change that in the future, but for now. And then rip that voice up to podcast, so everyone who enjoys our format the way it is can at least listen to it still without the video and consume. But you'll have two options then: to hang with us on Twitch Live and just participate with us in person, or just listen to us later. So
consume.
And it's probably going to be a little more loose when we do that, but also we're hoping that people will hang out because we're going to be hopefully playing some games after we finish the podcast. It's probably going to be a slightly shorter format, but I think it's going to be a lot more fun, a lot more interactive, and I think it's going to be really great.
It'll be cool. Yeah, it'll be different, and
hopefully good.
And I think here's the thing: is it's going to be fun for us. It's going to be fun for you, and it's going to be the same kind of fun that we've been having, just different.
I like
Will's
that
got a
you're
question.
like, it's going to be fun for us, and I was hoping you would just stop there and be like, and that's what's really important.
We don't care about you.
We
don't care about
We
anybody
know
who
that's what
listens to
he
podcasts.
meant.
What's up, Will?
What's up, Will?
Will had a question.
I think that sounds like a wonderful format to transition into for GameBrew 2.0, because our strength has always been both for us on here, and then as we've built it over the years, or as has been built, not necessarily just by us, our listeners have contributed to our community and the way we interact and just have fun with each other, whether it's on Discord with the community or whether it's us doing this. I mean, you feel at home very quickly. I think that's the biggest strength of the GameBrew community is, you sit down and you're immediately surrounded by friends and you're immediately having fun with a group of like-minded people who, it doesn't matter if you've never talked to them before. We're all of similar enough mindset that we just have fun together, pick up a controller and play. And I am really excited to see what happens with that. And I'm excited to, when I'm not changing diapers and wiping butts to, hop on and be a part of that, and to be a part of that community and to enjoy that camaraderie with everyone. I'm super excited for that. I think that's wonderful.
Like what I'll say, not to soak airspace, but it got quiet for a second and I got scared.
Yeah, Chris raised his hand and he didn't say anything.
I got scared because it was quiet.
Never mind, I forgot.
He forgot. Okay, never mind.
Doesn't matter.
So
it's not irrelevant. It's irrelevant now.
I mean,
irrelevant.
For me, the biggest thing I've gained out of this podcast, to be corny, is friendship. Totally
gained friendship,
cheesy, but completely true. So, I mean, Will brought me in here, and he was literally my best friend when we worked at Best Buy. My absolute best friend in the world at that time.
Best Buy best friend.
Yeah, like even outside of Best Buy, I'm not kidding. Like, he was the most important person in my life at that time.
Oh,
like
those were still my favorite times of all.
Yeah, like this dude was so important to me in my life and brought me my happiest moments at that time. Like, honestly. So it started with our friendship. And I was so glad that I was brought in here, even though it was terrifying for me, because I have like the coolest friends out of it. Honestly.
Super intimidating.
So, but you're not talking about any of us, right? It's other people that you've met.
Completely.
That are
Well, it's both. And that's kind of the crazy thing. Like, I feel so weirdly close to all of you. Like, I can't believe it. Like, Alex, even though like maybe I've spent the least time with him, no offense, everyone, like, he's the nicest human being.
He really is.
Honestly.
I mean,
Yeah, but who's second nicest
in the world?
That would be Chris.
No, first nicest is Geraldine.
That's
Geraldine's up here. Everyone's down here.
But like, honestly, like I think of you guys, and it's so strange to me, the small amount of in-person time I've spent with you all and how close I feel to all of you. Like, it's truly some of my absolute best friends that I've ever had. And it's so meaningful to me, and I'm so lucky to have that. Like, Ian, I'm so glad you're here now. Like, I can't believe that I get to go to your house and play board games. I can't believe, like,
I know, it's the best.
this time I'm spending is so great for me. Like, and I don't know. Like, it's great. I'm so glad I've met all of you. But also, I've met so many fun people. Like, internet friends are huge to me, too. And I have so many internet friends from the podcast who listen to us that I've gained and feel really lucky to have. So, overall, as corny and like Saturday school cartoon moment this is, like I've gained so much friendship from this podcast, and I would never want to change any of that for anything. So thanks, guys.
Actively sobbing. I
sobbing over here.
I just want to point out, number one, I just want to point out something. We're all dog parents in the podcast.
Oh,
all of us are.
That's true.
Every single person
Yep.
here is a dog parent. And Sebastian, what?
We were.
He just left. Sebastian closed himself in this room, and I didn't notice that he was in here. He was
Silly
sitting by the door
Sebastian.
because it was too slightly closed for him to figure out how to open the door.
Cute.
when he left, did you sing "Bye Bye, Little Sebastian"?
I didn't, because he's not little. He's fat. I give him too many treats. Give him too many treats. But he's the goodest boy.
Thick
He gets all the
puckers.
treats. Hannah's shaking her head at me because she knows. She knows I give him too many treats.
So I'm not coming back regularly to the podcast, and I feel compelled to say that.
And it's V sad.
Well,
And we just lost our whole listener base. All right.
I was going to
There
say,
you go.
everyone really likes Ian, so it's fine. But it's fine. No, Ian,
kidding.
but it's
I'm
fine,
kidding.
Ian. It's okay.
but I like. What's funny, I think about that is that I'm super glad that the podcast is not like it lives beyond me. You know, it's the podcast is us, and it was never me, and that's a very good feeling to have. Hi, Sebastian.
and Hannah.
And
And she's not important. She's not important.
anyway, so I just want to say, thanks y'all for carrying on. I'm really looking forward to listening to the new format and to hearing like what y'all are gonna be like when I'm not there. Like, what's funny is the most interesting episodes for me always have been the ones where I'm not on. So now they're all the most interesting episodes to me.
Definitely.
Which is why I want to kill the there being a host in general. I'm like, Ian was it. No more. It's just a round table from
I
now
think
on.
you need to sample Ian's voice, and every stream starts with "Hello and welcome."
I agree.
Oh my God. Well, we could do that if he's okay
Totally
with
could
it.
do that. Can we?
He doesn't want
borrow
to
your
do it.
voice?
He's shaking his
We're
head
gonna
voraciously.
steal it from an episode anyway. It's fine. He doesn't
Yeah, I'm
have
just
to
gonna
agree.
cut it out.
I
Everyone
have no
screws
choice,
up so that everyone's "Hello and welcome" to the. Fuck.
God damn it!
Well,
It's gonna be like every fucking time I get this wrong.
it's funny because like we were mom and dad of the podcast, Ian. So like, what do you get in the divorce? That's the question.
Well,
It's Chris.
Clearly,
seeing
I
as
guess
you're
Chris
getting
and
the
Dan.
podcast, it sounds like I get Chris. I think is what I get.
Whoa.
But I'm still going to be in the
Yeah,
podcast.
so I get Chris and
But
Dan. so-
Only on the weekends, though.
Only on the weekends.
Jeez. All right, that seems fair.
But I have to stay with mom all the time.
That's right.
Dan was
okay.
always with me. We all knew it.
It's okay.
We all knew
I'm a mama's boy.
know.
We all know
Yeah.
this.
We knew.
We all know this. That's why my mother won't listen to the podcast.
That's it's true, but see, that's why I'm also your dad's favorite, because he pawned you off on me.
It's so odd. My dad loves the podcast so much. I'm sad that there's never been a time wherever he could actually like really get on
We
the
love your
podcast.
dad.
'Cause
Maybe
would-
now I can.
he would enjoy. Well, he can if it's a Sunday evening and he's not sleeping. He'll come
We'll
over
make
and be
it
on
work.
the podcast.
He's just resting
but-
his eyes.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
He's just resting
This
his
is such a dad thing.
So, following up on what Ian said, and I'm going to get a little Saturday morning cartoons cheesy here.
Hey.
So, 3 of the first people that I met at JMU were, well, I guess the 4th is also here too, but sort of. 3 of the first people that I met at JMU were Ian, Will, and Alex. And so when we were starting to do this podcast idea, I thought it was really cool. And I kind of see a parallel between, like, you guys were a little older than me and Dan, and like you kind of moved on from school, and now we had like the tuba section and kind of the top spots in bands, and now we're kind of doing that again. It's kind of a parallel. It's kind of cool.
Click clack.
But one of the things I'm gonna miss is the. I mean, we joke about having mandatory fun, but we kind of enforced mandatory fun on ourselves every Sunday.
I do enjoy the mandatory fun. It is the best.
I'm going to miss making sure I get to see you guys every Sunday.
Yeah, I do. I will say it's like akin to, like, it's the things I schedule. Like, some of my best friends in Westchester, I don't really see as often as I see you guys.
Yeah.
Because it's like a scheduled thing.
It's mandatory fun.
It's mandatory, and I love seeing you every freaking Sunday. Whenever I'm just like, my freaking boys are gonna be on, and girls, my freaking thems are gonna be on. I gotta see them, and it's like I'm happy that I just get to, just be around and stuff.
I'm happy to be one of the boys, and I know, Chris, that I am no replacement for Ian or Will because they have beards. But can I at least
you're not
try
supposed to be a
to
replacement.
pretend
You're
to
supposed
be
to be
Alex?
You can pretend to be Alex. He's clean shaven.
You're prettier than Alex.
Yeah, you're much prettier than.
I don't know about that. Alex is pretty pretty. They do. I will say they do both take their pants off when they've had a lot of.
And Alex can rock.
This is true.
Rock a Speedo, so.
It's true.
He looks better in a Speedo than I ever would, so there's that. I'll never compete there.
Not recently. Not with these hairy legs.
You could shave.
That's too much work.
Who was next?
Oh,
Alex.
yeah. I don't want to say goodbye, so I'll say see you guys soon.
You're welcome any Sunday you end up having free
I believe
time.
the TV line,
Yeah.
the movie line was "See you later, alligator."
It's funny. It's like I definitely I've been here since the beginning, but I haven't really been here all that much, and so
I mean, you've probably been here more than you haven't been here.
I don't know.
I think you have.
I don't know.
In my heart,
Somebody
you
who's
have.
listened to the podcast, tell us, because we don't know.
We'll get
I'm not
a
gonna go
fee
back
to
and
count
listen.
that.
Nah, not worth it. So, so for me, I mean, we graduated college, and Chris, because you're like my little brother, it's like I've been able to see and hang out with you, but everyone else, I mean, I hadn't talked with you guys in years after college, and so this was a really nice way to kind of get back into hanging out and getting back into video games and catching up with you all, and I really cherish the friendship that I have with you all, and you all are awesome people, and this has been a whole lot of fun for me. Thank you for letting me kind of insert my dominance for audio production and making sure that we always sound good every week, even though recently I am the one who has the most trouble with getting my microphone to work, which is really funny.
It's because you're too perfect.
Yeah.
It's like there's too many steps to put in.
I try to
It's just
improve
like,
it, and I
good
just
enough. It works.
That's fine.
just
Break
make
it
worse.
completely. I love it.
Also, I feel like we wouldn't get any coverage of the recent Tony Hawk goings on.
I was going to say that.
For you.
You talk about your audio prowess, but I know you for your Tony Hawk prowess.
Yeah, I haven't. Breath of the Wild has taken over, so
Oh,
I haven't
no.
played in a while.
Well,
so
and
I need
you
to
can kind of
pick up the
skate in
sticks
that,
again.
So
Yeah, you can ride on your shield like a skateboard.
Yeah.
So
You can.
It's basically
you can.
the same.
basically the same thing.
Yeah. So, thank you to you all for letting me be part of this silliness. And thank you so much to all of our Discord family.
Yeah.
Yes.
because you all are fantastic humans, and
And to be
even if
clear,
you're-
don't leave.
no,
don't
no,
leave.
This
It's
isn't
still
the
going to be there.
Yeah, we're still gonna.
no.
We're all in there.
Yeah,
This
Will's
is-
gonna need. He's gonna need questions answered about what MMO to play every once in a while.
This is true.
No, this is just my formal, informal hello and goodbye.
And goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Isn't that like
That's a band.
It's your see your
That's a band.
later alligator. You're gonna be.
Yeah, but no,
That sounds
So-
like an
be back.
Adele song.
I think the big question though on everyone's mind is, did Will actually enjoy Stardew Valley?
That's what I've been wondering.
I mean, this was a question that we had, I think, almost from the beginning. Like probably in the first 10 episodes, this came up. And I think at some point you did play it.
I
He did. He played it on stream.
I
Yeah,
did.
he
I
was
played
forced
it on
to play it.
stream.
I forced him to play it finally.
So
It was mandatory.
it was mandatory. It was the mandatory of games that Will was supposed to play.
So I haven't picked it up a ton since. However, I will say it's always lingering in the back of my mind because I got just far right. enough, like in that one like building where like there's like definitely a mystery and something weird
community
going
center?
on. The community center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got just far enough to where like almost like the game, which I just lost at the
Oh,
moment.
I just lost the game.
Sorry.
You
But almost
son
like
of
the
a.
game.
And sorry to all of our listeners that just
Yeah.
lost the game as well.
Hundreds of thousands of listeners.
Allison still doesn't understand the game. What the fuck
I've
is happening?
sensed a great disturbance in the forest.
There was a great cry as if millions had lost the game at once.
But like it just pops in my brain. I'm like, man, what the fuck's going on in that community center? I need to know what's going on.
up.
Like I need to
So
know
what I'm
what's
hearing-
going on
Open it
there.
up, dude.
So
Is
I
you
will
liked
say I did not hate Stardew Valley, and I think
How many turnips would you give it?
that
out of
I
5?
may be willing to pick it back up and finish it. I would get out of 5 turnips. Honestly, I would have to give it probably 4 turnips because
Nice.
Okay.
it was not as horrible as I thought.
Can I tell you my theory?
Yeah.
Is that I think Dad Will would like that game a lot more than not Dad Will.
Probably.
does.
You were
Interesting.
Pre-Dad Will.
probably
Pre-Dad
correct.
Will was all
Pre-Dad
about
Will
shooters.
would hate it.
Pre-Dad Will was all about shooters and
And
killing
Mass
stuff.
Effect.
And Mass Effect, definitely Mass
Oh
Effect.
man.
You're saying that like it's bad. That Will was
No,
my
it's
best
not.
friend, and we played
It's
a lot
not.
of shooters.
We played the shit
It's
out of some
not.
shooters. First of all, everyone needs to understand, listeners and all, that this podcast would never have happened without Alex Ryder. Like none of us knew anything about audio or
No. He's right.
like
we didn't know
where
shit.
to
There's
stick a
YouTube
microphone
videos. You guys
cord,
could have
like,
figured it out.
We are so lazy.
They never would
We
have
are so
bothered.
lazy.
Literally,
this.
Alex taught us everything. We have a recording and production program at my high school where we work with actual audio hardware and stuff, and we're working on a full production song right now they came up with on their own drum loop that they made. And literally the only reason I know how to do any of that is because Alex taught us how to do this podcast and how to edit and how to do all that. So people need to understand, like, we wouldn't have the GameBrew community or anything if it weren't for Alex taking the time to explain to us what the fuck we were doing. So first of all, a huge thank you to Alex. And then, I think what's so special about this, it started, we started this for us because we had the game club. Like, we just showed up and we played games a couple of nights a week. It started with Overwatch. And,
Oh, it did start with Overwatch.
Did it really?
yeah, we
Yeah.
had basically the Overwatch club. And at some point somebody said, we should really do a podcast. And
I think that you guys, because I remember playing Dungeons and Dragons with you. It must have been like 6 years ago.
It was
something
like-
like that.
Yeah, I still have that on my Roll20. It was Lost
like-
Mines, and we had just
Yeah.
gotten to the cave, I think.
Yep, I remember.
It was like the very beginning, and then you guys were just talking about. It's like, hey, we might want to do a podcast or something, and I was like, oh, that's kind of dumb, and then I didn't really think about it. And then, And then
Who's dumb now?
No, but then you guys talked about the Overwatch stuff, and I was like, I don't have a computer that's good enough to play Overwatch. So once I build a computer, then I'm in.
And then you did that like the next day.
Yeah, we got Dan building a computer.
It was pretty quick
we got
after
Ian
that.
who built a computer. Like that's what started all this was everybody building computers.
Oh yeah,
Chris-
I remember.
Chris
I
built my
remember-
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
And I remember being like, I think we had it might have been a Skype call.
It was.
Oh, we did. We Skyped
We
to
Skype
build
called
Ian's computer.
to build Ian's computer.
Yeah, because
you were like,
originally
"What
I
is
was playing on
this?"
an iMac.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh god!
Ian was just holding things up to the screen, being like, "What is this, and where does it go?"
He couldn't get his Windows to install forever
Oh,
for some
yeah.
reason.
I didn't know about
That
boot
was a-
discs. It was
that was a
it was
fun
very
time.
innocent time.
Well, you know what? That was such a like an interesting, fun, and special time for all of us because we were out of college just long enough to be detached from that lifestyle. We were in the adult world. We were either like married or dating or not, or we had full-time jobs. And it's like, I mean, not to be cliche about it, but it's like that period of life where the friends that you're with become your family after college. And like in our case, we just were online and virtual. And, and like, that's what we had. 'Cause it's so hard to build that close of a community of people you can be truly yourself with and not be guarded or politically correct. You can just be open and honest in the things you say and do outside of
Which is why
school environment.
why we edited things.
which is why we edited
Yes.
things. So,
To be clear.
Wish us luck.
good luck moving forward.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
But no, it's been super
I mean,
special.
I'm pretty unedited anyway. So you get Allison all the time.
I'm a little edited sometimes.
She's like, you're like that song from Mulan where she's like, I want a girl who's very strong, who always speaks her mind.
Yeah, you think you want that. And then you meet me.
What do you want? A girl worth fighting for. Sorry, I'm into
Now,
Disney.
we
I'm
can't-
into
we can't keep
Disney
that in.
song.
We just
Drunk.
got
What?
copyright strike.
Can't
Thank
keep
you.
that. Yeah, right there.
I have to cut it out. I'm sorry. I'll cut it out. Cut it out.
Yeah,
Cut
no.
it out, Dan.
So I think, yeah, it is interesting to look back and just think how much, you know, like I hope everyone has benefited from the podcast, like listeners and people out there in the Discord. Like I love that you all hang out and that we get to hang out with you and that you're listening in the podcast. But it is, I mean, it is really special. Like this little group, like I just love you all so much. So
Oh, shut up. I'm gonna.
no, but I do, and I guess I was just sitting here reflecting on, you know, you all talking about kind of relationships before and relationships after and mandatory fun time and like the fact that we just had time set aside every week to do this, and that is like super special. And I'm gonna miss that. But
I mean, we could still do that.
yeah,
Yeah, we're
but,
still
like,
gonna be here.
We
Well, I
should
mean,
still
we
hang
could
out.
have like other. We could have other time.
Other
too.
time.
I would love that because you know it's
It's gonna be Sundays at 8, but that's fine.
whatever. Yeah, I love you all very much. So
You know, and
And
too, buddy.
I love you too, and our fake
I think you're
marriage
okay.
with our fake children. Even though
I'm one of them.
Marianne came
I'm
in
one of
and
those fake
destroyed
children.
everything.
She could be sitting directly across from him. Be careful.
that's something that's so special with what's grown from this community. Like I know I can like pick up my phone or not at all on my work computer, open Discord. Like if I'm feeling down one day and I just like want somebody to have some witty quit banter with or ask a question. Like there's a community of people who, whether we know them personally or not, like have become, you know, a virtual community of friends and people that you can depend on just to be part of that. And that's special. You know, I have some former students who are now friends who are in there with us. And I've met some really cool people in there and talk to these folks regularly. No idea who some of them are. I think they're friends with some of you all, but that's super special. And you don't find something like that in the adult world every single day. And that's been one of the coolest things is making new friends who are just great people to be around and you can pick up and start talking to as if you've known them forever.
Can I just say one of my favorite things in the Discord is whenever you're playing a game in one of the lobbies and K-Foul just jumps in saying that he's playing Final Fantasy 14. I just wanted to see what you were doing. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. Just because he's just like, hey, I just want to see what's going on. I'm playing Final Fantasy 14. I'm like, cool. We're playing Earth Defense Force 5. It's like, nice. You guys doing okay? Yeah. Great. Awesome. Well, hey, have a great night there. I'll leave you guys to it. All right, see ya. It's like, that's perfect. I want that. I want that from everybody since we live in a digital age. Like, if someone's in there just playing games, be like, what's up?
No,
I'm your video game neighbor.
It's so true. Like, I've met, like, I've said I've made friends here, obviously, coming in. I only knew Will and Dan before. And now I know all of you, and I'm very thankful for that. But I've met some of your friends, like from JMU and stuff, that are like genuinely
way cooler than we are.
In this format, it's okay. We have it marked as
Okay,
explicit.
it's all right.
I keep forgetting.
It's
I'm sorry.
marked as
I'm in
explicit.
filter mode mentally. So I've genuinely met some of your friends who I now consider some of my really good internet friends. And that's
Yay.
so special. And not only that, like, what I'll say is, and this is all in a tribute to Alex. So go ahead. We're going to hype you up again. Sorry.
The Alex hype is real tonight.
I know.
love
If you
it.
guys ever need Alex, I don't even know. He's so busy. But he does have a company that does audio work if you ever need him, by the way.
A
The
writer
company
sound.
is him. It's him.
Yeah, please go to that and request him because he's fucking amazing. So, like, honestly, attributed to him, the things that we bring to this podcast that a lot of amateur podcasts don't
She's
have.
had some
That's
rum and
correct.
cokes.
Yeah, I
She's
have.
had some rum and cokes, baby.
I've had so many. I don't know about you guys. I've had so many random people reach out to me and be like, how do I start a podcast? Or what do you guys do that makes your podcast sound so good? Or
Call Alex Ryder.
I love listening to your
that's
podcast.
been-
And I think there's a lot to that formula. I just want to say, like, really quickly before we move on. Anyone who wants to make a podcast out there, it's not easy. It seems easy on the surface. And I think that's the thing. Like, it was like a trend at one point to be, no offense, everyone, a cis white guy in their 30s making a podcast.
That's all of us. That's the
Listen,
majority of
I
this
started in my
podcast.
20s, thank you.
That's
We
Okay,
all
true.
started
I
in our
did say
20s.
I had cargo shorts
true.
too, so like, yeah,
I still
true.
have cargo shorts.
Hey, I still wear
Come at
cargo
me.
shorts.
Yeah.
You can store a lot of
Maybe that's-
things in those
maybe that's a
pockets, damn
Maryland
it.
thing. I don't know. But
But you have to agree that there was just like this like surge of a lot of people doing that around that age bracket. Okay, you guys were the babies coming in, but around that age bracket at a certain time.
Wait,
Yeah.
did
Well,
someone...
it's kind of like it's the same thing though as like having a D&D group. You just have to have consistency.
Right.
That's like
But I think,
that's the only thing.
but
Go away, Whittle
I think
Scoops.
that a lot of people tried it and failed. And
I know.
And I will genuinely say, what kept me here after I did the original like audition that I didn't know was an audition with you guys. What kept me around was the special factor that this has. And it was quality audio. Thank you, Alex, for teaching everyone and doing it. And like the edit work you guys do, it's a lot of work. The fact that you guys had a really good plan for your format,
Also, Alex, true.
the uniqueness in your conversation,
Probably
and the
Alex.
honesty and the friendship.
Definitely Alex.
Right?
Definitely
Definitely
Alex.
Like those were the 5 things that kept this podcast going as long as it has and get people to listen as much as they do. It sounds good. It like the banter's funny. Holy shit. Like you guys are so funny. Everyone is really entertaining.
But if you had to choose who's the funniest, who?
Will Shell. And
Damn
then
it.
You go
Feels pretty
Damn it.
good.
you go deeper and it's like the friendships. You feel like you are genuinely even when I was listening not in it, you know? Everybody says that. Like the friendships that are there feel so genuine and you do feel like you're sitting and listening to friends. And
Well, surprise, it's all fake. We hate each
It's
other.
special.
This is
Like,
a ruse.
what we have is very special. And I just want to say that. And a lot of people notice it and ask us how to recreate it. And what I can tell you all is you can't.
You cannot.
You can't do it.
Actually, the way you do that is you apply for, get into, and go to James Madison University, and you play tuba.
Specifically tuba.
Specifically,
It is.
And then
tuba.
have a friend,
Or be friends with someone that
or be
plays
friends with
tuba.
somebody
Yeah.
who plays.
I am
Make
an
friends.
honorary tuba player. If you hand me a tuba, I will pretend I can play it.
Really? So really,
You know, there
it's-
were people in the
it's-
tuba section in marching band that did
That's
that.
true. They did that too.
Yeah, there were. Yep.
Thank you.
So really, Kevin Stees is to thank for this.
Honestly, that's true.
there
Basically.
you go. But
So go on Facebook, find Dr. Kevin Stees. He's not a doctor.
Mr.
Dr. Stees. Kevin Stees, and just be like, hey, thanks for the GameBrew podcast. He'll be very confused.
I don't think he would be confused at all.
He
think
wouldn't be
know exactly what
confused.
he's
He'd be like, I can't. They must have said something. Those idiots. And then
Basically.
But like honestly, the podcast takes work. So just know that it's like in order to get there, you have to put a lot of effort into it. And I appreciate everyone here's effort.
and be consistent.
It takes a lot. And
Consistent.
I think you guys are great for
consistent.
putting in all the effort that you have. And thank you, Alex, for your little cheer. That made me feel better.
Sweet.
So
Yeah, sorry.
what were some of your guys' favorite moments of the 120 episodes, 120 plus,
Or even
episodes?
least favorite. You could do either.
or least favorite?
No,
Why?
Can I say mine first? Because we all know what it is.
Sure, Dan. Sure.
Do we?
Do we?
No, we all do know what it is.
We
It's
do?
It is the birth and creation of the Mandatory Fund Commissioner.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think
because
I think the birth and
That's my
creation of
favorite.
all of the random
all of the random characters. So
that are totally not you.
not me.
They're real people.
No, my friends. They're all here. Hold on. Let me get. So there's the Mandatory Fund
The
Commissioner.
fact that you would even
Hello.
suggest that about my boyfriend is very concerning.
Guten Tag, it's me, your favorite Australian friend, the Mandatory Fund Commissioner.
Good dog. I want to
I think
hear
I
more.
see. I think I see Johnny Two Hammers back there too.
Hold on, let me see if Johnny Two Hammers would want to say something. Hey, it's me, it's Johnny Two Hammers. You guys look Johnny Two Hammered to me. What's up?
And then are you Whittle Scoops' dad?
I know, but little Scoops is here. Hold on.
Hello, it's me, Whittle Scoops, and I love video games. I love them so much.
Fucking
And I
hate Little
love-
Scoops so much.
That's too bad because I love you, Chris. You're my favorite person ever.
I think I think Satan needs to get us back on track here.
Yes, please.
Well, wait,
All right,
wait,
guys, we got a little
wait,
off. We got a
Satan, Satan.
Yes.
I really wanted to hear from. Do we have like Nintendo Bear or a Safety Bear or?
Oh, I think we do. Hold on.
I forget what this character's name was. He was a bear. Wait, what bear was he? Oh, he was a bear. And he was. Was it? Oh no!
It was.
Wait, what was he the safety bear of? I can't
It
remember.
wasn't a Safety Bear. It was What was it?
I think he had kind of like a hope you do better.
It was like,
Like
oh no! Remember?
Yeah, kinda like that. Yeah, I
Oh
think.
god! What
What
did
was
he
that
do?
from? I can't even remember that. God.
It was so funny, and I can't remember what he did.
We'll have to
Oh,
ask
no, we reached
Allison
the
when she
point-
comes back.
She did. Oh no! It was. Oh, God.
Allison, who was
Allison.
the
It'd be
bear?
bad.
What? I'm so sorry.
You're muted.
You're muted. We can't hear
I'm
you.
so sorry. What?
Who was the
The
bear?
bear. There was a bear character that I had.
A character, if you will.
I don't remember a bear character. Are you making
Oh,
shit
there
up?
was a no. There was a bear. It was
There was a bear.
It was right around the time of the 24-hour stream.
Was it? There was a.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe.
Was it a
Speaking,
Charmin
sorry,
bear?
we'll workshop that. We'll workshop it.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think
remember.
either the 24-hour streams are my favorite because those times are just the best. And obviously, like all of the incredibly generous gifting for that on part of our community is just like it literally brings tears to my eyes because of kind of just the magic of us being silly and everybody coming together to give to such a good cause. It's really beautiful.
Do you know what else brings tears to my eyes, Ian?
Onions.
Hot drops.
Hot drops.
Oh my gosh, that was so good though.
That was so. I had the worst poops after.
We had so many people save
really bad.
all of their
Honestly,
donations for that.
That was what I was actually going to say. So I'm going to have to think of something else. But those were amazing. Like the fact that we had so many people donating, especially the last one.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
Oh my gosh, we smashed our goal in the last.
Like how am I helping people by playing video games?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, awesome.
I think the other thing is the Christmas episode where we did the night before Christmas or whatever it was.
The book?
Shit still makes me laugh every time.
I love our animation. I love that that's on the internet forever.
Yeah.
And I love that I had you guys draw it like you were tiny children.
Let's please do it again. Honestly, it was so good.
Who's left?
I don't have. We have to come up with some more funny things.
Allison, what was your favorite?
No, I'm done. I can't do it.
You're tapped out.
What was that?
Oh, I was just asking what was your favorite. Also, Dan, I think it was just the GameBrew Bear. I think that's all it was.
Yeah, he was like, I'm the GameBrew Bear.
Yeah,
remember
real
to
character.
something. He would tell you to remember to something, and I can't remember what the something was.
Wipe your butt. He was the Charmin Bear. I don't remember. But
No.
my favorite.
No, Charmin Bear does that.
My favorite, definitely. I mean, it has to be the 24-hour stream. I don't know. That's an iconic thing. I never thought I would be doing in my life. And I think it's one of the reasons that I was so committed to stream myself was I saw what people supporting us via a charity. Like, that was so cool to me, and it made me really want to continue a community and like do something as great as that. So that was huge for me. I'll go ahead and start with my least favorite moments since nobody has anyone even mentioned that.
Well, I want to before you do that, I want to just pop in there and say one of the things that I really enjoyed was the fact that this actually made me change the way I thought about video games and play video games. Mm-hmm. Specifically the competition of where we try to complete the most games. Even though I've never beaten Dan, I've come close.
I've come close,
but it made me it made me change the way I thought about video games. I thought about them more critically. I also got to the point where instead of just playing video games to play them, I would play them with. I would just think about them more and like think about them in a more like at a higher level. I guess I don't know. It's hard to kind of describe. It's. I guess I would just think about them instead of just be passively playing them.
Well, I think that's,
and I really appreciate that. I think
that's so interesting because I am the exact opposite, where I've always thought about video games and always critiqued video games. And that's just kind of always been me, but I've had no one to talk to about it. So this was really, just in general, the podcast was really special for me because it provided a forum for me to really bitch and complain or hype and get excited with like friends about games I was really into. Because I've always had friends who have been like casually into games, but nobody who ever wants to talk about them on an intellectual level or talk about them for their problematic issues or talk about them for the things that should be celebrated. Like it's always just friends who are like, yeah, I like games too.
Yeah. And actually I think
when I
think about it, Ian is one of the only people that like before this asked me like, what do you think about this game? Mm-hmm. Or how do you feel about this game? Or like, what do you like about it? Or why do you like it? I think I talked about that some with my friend Tyler before, but like, I thought even before this, you kind of were doing that too. And I thought that's
funny. That I feel like that kind of comes from the reason I asked those questions. And if I look back to like why I was even asking them before the podcast was because I love to play video games with other people. I love it. And but I don't really care what kind of game I'm playing for the most part. Like I have my own preferences and what I'll do with my own free time, but I also just don't really care. So what I'm constantly trying to do is understand why people want to play some kind of game so that I can find a game that we could play together that's like that, but also like stuff that I like. You know what I mean? Like I'm constantly trying to like find the perfect game based on like the preferences of a person to play with them.
And so that for
Riddle Scoops loves games that are rated M for mature.
Can I just say, I know this is an audio medium, but everyone, I saw Dan's face light the fuck up. Someone said love. And he was like, I gotta find a way. How do I?
Here's my time.
I'm going to make him spew his beer because I'm calling him out. Please don't.
Do it.
My least favorite thing that has happened on this stream or the podcast. I'm so sorry, Dan. I'm so sorry. The least favorite thing that has ever happened on the podcast was Will Shell eating with a spoon. And hear me out. Hear me out. Will Shell, I adore you as a human, right? Like, I was ready to strangle you. On like the third or fourth time, I was like, there's no way this is happening. But it's funny to me now, right? But in the moment, that was my least favorite moment, and I was ready to kill you.
Tried to eat.
It's really, really funny.
See, what's so funny about that is the first time that happened, like I truly did not think anything of it.
I know you did.
And I was just,
I know you did.
just going to town on a bowl of ice cream.
And that's why it's so funny. Because like the first time I was like, okay, this is funny. And then the second time I was like, okay. And then the third time I was like, I'm going to strangle him.
All the other
outside.
times, like, I genuinely was like trying to be super quiet. Like I was very self-conscious of it. But the first time actually was probably my favorite memory on the podcast because I didn't realize for so long what was going on. And I haven't laughed
That's why it was so funny.
In a long time.
And then after the fifth time, you just went back to going to town.
I was just going to town on that bowl of ice cream.
It was so good. Anyway, that's my least favorite and also kind of favorite moment because now it's a meme, right? Like we have our memes from this shit. Like
everything that's bad is good. You know, even the things that I hate. Like one of the things that I personally remember is like the first before we released the podcast, like Ian and I edited a whole bunch of them. And I remember it took so long to edit like the 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like for the first, I think we did like 5 or something.
I was going to say, that. It felt like a bunch at the time, but I think it was like 3.
Really?
I don't even think it was 5.
It felt like it took so long. And like now where it's like I can knock it out in like 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on like how many people are there. But like back then I remember just doing it and being like, this is the most tedious thing I've ever done in my entire life. I can't believe that anyone would do this. I cannot believe you have done this. But then now I'm like, oh, I've been doing it for 4 years and it's just second. I just sit there, listen to the podcast and just hit F1, cut out the stuff, F1, keep going, F1, cut out the stuff, F1, keep going. You know, it's just, but that was initially my least favorite. Now it's a very Zen thing for me where it's just like, all right, I have to edit the podcast today, sit down, just go into like, I go into a fugue state where I don't remember anything that happened for like 4 hours.
I remember
suddenly the podcast is done.
I remember almost being at tears when I was editing to Alex. Alex honestly saved my life. I was ready to just throw myself off the tallest building I could find. I don't know how you guys do it.
Eagle.
Practice. Kevin Stees.
It's funny, even though I've been editing audio for a really long time now, I still come into an edit and I'm like always super overwhelmed by it. But I would always start to find like, oh, so like Ian's mic had a little bit of computer fan noise in it, or Will's had fan noise, or Dan was popping his peas a bunch, and so it was like,
Or I
You
just
just-
started my sentence 19 different times.
Yeah, but it becomes a game in itself of like, oh, I'm gonna try and fix this, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna try and make this 5% better. Oh, I want to try and make this 10% better now, and so yeah,
I just remember
gamifying my audio.
I just remember, and I'm going to call him out. I'm going to completely call him out. So Frank from from our gamer episode, he had the squeakiest chair in the world. I mean, it was pain.
Yeah.
It was pain. I didn't know what to do. And Alex saved the day and came in and cleaned up Frank's audio as best he could. So it was at least tolerable, because honestly it wasn't. And helped me there. So honestly, Alex is my superhero. So
Frank was also on our live read of the Notebook.
He was.
Yeah.
Frank is amazing, but I made
Frank
him
is
burn
great.
that
I
chair.
love
Not even
Frank.
kidding. He got rid of the
Notebook.
chair after that. I'm not
Thank
joking.
Frank is one of the funniest people I've ever talked
He's so
to.
talented, honestly.
Aside
yeah.
from myself.
Yeah.
Another good moment was MagFest.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my God,
Magfest.
Magfest.
MagFest
Oh,
was so much
Magfest.
fun, which was actually the first time I ever met you in person, Allison.
I know.
Wait,
That's
for
such a
real?
good
God,
memory
that's so
for me.
weird.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. I was
Is
like
anyone else going this
so
year?
nervous about that.
I'm not
I
going this
can't.
year.
I wanted
You're
to,
not?
but like, I don't know. We don't. We'll talk about it. We'll
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
later.
it.
That's a later
But
conversation.
this year aside, I do think like when things get back to some sort of normal, we'll all be at MagFest again. So please, listeners, join us.
Or I'll do
hang out.
fake MagFest. I was going to do my usual portmanteau thing, but I didn't think that was going to go over well.
You can just call it super fake Magfest.
Anything else? Good moments, bad moments? Anyone wants to mention? MagFest
I just
was
think-
amazing, though.
I just
go Dan.
MagFest was great. I just think like going from, and this is kind of the thing that like Chris said and Allison said and everyone really said, is that we had this group of people who went to college together or were in some way related to each other on a friend basis. And then 4-ish years ago, one of us, I don't even remember who it was. Somebody said, let's start a podcast.
I think it was Will and Ian.
It was Will and Ian, probably.
think it was
those
Will.
two.
then
You both get equal credit.
That
but
sounds like a
they
me
said,
idea.
let's start
hey,
a
let's do
podcast.
something.
It does
And
sound
that-
like Will.
And what that did is it made us go from being a bunch of people who went to college together to being 6 of like the best fucking friends. That I'm sorry, I'm crying a little bit.
It's okay.
Like 6 of the best friends.
Would it help if you brought the squeaky voice?
Little Scoop needs to talk about this.
Everyone remember, Will asked for this.
No. But seriously, like 6 of the best friends like ever.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade the last 4 years for anything,
Yeah.
like whatsoever.
It's been a constant through a lot of turmoil in all of our lives, I think.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Like
yeah. This podcast, this group of people, everybody here definitely got me through some shit. So,
Yeah.
cheers to that.
I have
And-
no idea what
Cheers
you're
to that.
talking about. I've been an asshole the whole time.
I'm looking forward to being
Welcome to it.
an incredibly close and loving group of friends for the next 90 years. So strap in, kids. We're not done
90
yet.
years?
Strap
I don't
in,
know.
Dan.
I don't know if we're
Strap
gonna look
in,
super
not
funny.
strap
About-
on, Dan. Strap in.
Oh, sorry. Let me take this off. I'm sorry. Let me take that
I'm
off.
super pumped about all the LAN parties we're going to have in those old folks' homes.
Yes! It's going to be amazing. It's
gonna be
Our
lit.
poor
Oh,
children.
show.
Who
We're doing
I won't
Smash
have.
Night tonight at the old folks' home.
Hannah's going to make fun of me for crying. She's over in the other room. She's going to do it. She does it all the
How
time.
dare she?
She's just jealous, dude.
She's jealous. She doesn't have
Don't worry,
emotions.
she's jealous.
I'm jealous. I don't have emotions.
Well, you're a
Dan.
robot, and she's a robot too. We're all
I think
I am not a murder robot.
We're all rock'em sock'em robots.
I think that might be the place to end it. So, all the listeners out there in Listenerland, thank you so much for supporting the show. Keep listening. There's so much good stuff coming. I know that I will be the first person on the Discord screaming my head off during the first live episode. So really looking forward to it. And love y'all. So
where can people listen to us?
We love you.
bit.ly/disco brew. Also www.thegamebrew.com. None of that shit's changing. I'm sure we'll have an official.
I don't
Game
know.
Brew.
Who knows?
Yeah, other things.
Twitch.tv/thegamebrew is where we'll be streaming live on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern until we decide to change that. So for right now, at least.
Starting eventually.
Look out for the schedule. We'll post it.
We'll post it on the social medias.
Maybe this will be cut, but we're doing the 24-hour stream. So watch out for news for that.
Yeah, we'll do that this year for sure. Charity, we got to do it.
Dan didn't look super sure there.
That's what I was confused. I was like, I don't know. Are we?
We're doing it.
I'm doing it.
We're
all doing it.
We're doing it. We just gotta pick a time and do it.
should just
so
be
I can
a
set up
thing
the thing.
from
I gotta
now
send
on.
a thing. I gotta set up the stuff for it. So
Those kids need money.
They
That's
do.
right.
And
All right.
I have rich friends who have a lot of it. So we.
Ian, you want to take us out?
Yes. Yeah. So, one last time.
You want to play Salvation is Created?
One last time.
That song.
Love you all. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good
night,
Everybody.
All right, and then for the last time, don't stop yet. Don't stop yet.
Stop on stop, hop on
We
pop.
stop on stop and we hop on pop.
We'll never stop.
But Stardew Valley wasn't for pre-dad.
Pre-dad, bro.
It wasn't for the
You
less.
can't get
mature
pregnant
Will.
from pre-dad, though. Just keep that in mind.
True. But no, I guess I'll
Sorry.
add.
I'm going to cut that out.
Sorry, go ahead. That was a tangent. You can go ahead now.
Sorry, that's a Dan has had 3 very high quality beers at this point.
And I guess I would add, like